Hi. Hello. Wow. So someone once asked me, what is common between two of my passions? And what I do during the day is I study the physics of life. I'm a biophysicist, and when I don't do that, I run out and dance. And so I pondered what is common between the two. First, a word about the science that I do. I study photosynthesis with the eyes of a physicist, and photosynthesis has been around for a long time. It's been powering up life on Earth for the past 3 billion years, and it's actually quite amazing. It's much better than what we humans have been able to achieve so far in harvesting the energy of sunlight. Why should you care? Because human civilization runs on a lot of energy. It's as if every single human being on planet Earth has 2 electric ovens left on all the time. And gracefully, sun provides the planet Earth with about 10,000 times the energy that we need to run our civilization. And nature is actually very amazing. I mean, it has evolved biological machines that know how to use quantum physics to harvest the energy of sunlight, and we can actually learn quite a lot by studying how nature does that. We also learn how nature evolved according to the laws of physics. And so every jackal has his hide, and when I'm done doing my science, I seek dancing. I find that there's improvisation, there's contact, there is storytelling that I find remarkable. Many different forms of dance gives us this, and it's in a way a metaphor for life, because first and foremost I find that there's on the one hand a union that you find with your dance partners, but also a confrontation. And just about any kind of desire or tension that you feel probably has a counterpart in dancing, whether it is tango or blues or contact improvisation or anything else. So I was asked, well, is there anything common between the science that you do and the dancing that you do? And it occurred to me that, yes, there is. It is Socratic dialogue. Socratic dialogue, the idea that you can argue with someone, but not in order to win. Rather, in order to understand something. It's the idea that opposition is true friendship. And I find that this is remarkable as a necessity in science, but also in the arts, in dancing specifically. So Socratic dialogue is the idea that you need the coming together of empathy with reason. And so you should ask, if I'm not a scientist, if I'm not a dancer, why should I care? I feel that we should care about this because our species is a very troubled species. And many of us believe that the world is going to end within our lifetimes, and we are fascinated with an Armageddon where we are left as the last survivors after everybody else has eaten each other dead. And so I believe that our salvation, if you will, depends on us understanding empathy and reason together, because empathy is a useless, frivolous thing unless you know what is going on in the world. And reason is blind without the compass of empathy. And so I believe that we are finally more responsible than any other time in the world to simply know. Why do we spend more time on tobacco advertisement and lung cancer research every year? Why do we spend 6 times as much money to send everybody for free to a university that they want to go than what we've spent on the military? Would you be outraged if I were to tell you that there is monetary value directly assigned with your life? What if I were to tell you that your life is valued more than 3 times the value of life of an Afghani? What if I were to tell you that the exchange rate between an Afghani life and an Iraqi is 3 to 1? You might not choose to know them, but these facts are there. And so I ask you to imagine for a moment with me a world where the twin virtues of empathy and reason governs us. How would you like that? Actually, I wouldn't. We are not rational automatons. This is not enough. It would be fooling us. This is not enough, because we are also made of passion. We are made of fire. We are made of fury, what Lorca called duende. And fundamentally, I think we have demons, we have skeletons in our closet, and our creative impulses are made of this fire. We are this fire, this passion, and in fact, this is what we civilize ourselves to disguise. Out of this fury comes creation and inspiration, and we raise each other to heights of joy with this fire, but we also tear each other limb from fucking limb. And so, how do we bring all of this together? Where else do you find this fire? Where do you find this creation? And without this fire, of course, there's no art, because dance is more than technique. Dance is more than just connection. You need this fire, otherwise it's just bookkeeping and there's no joy in it. But outside the domain of art, outside the domain of this kind of creation, where else do you find it? I argue that in science, there's the same thing, the same fire, the same demon. Even in the seemingly cold pursuit of mathematics, there's a divine madness to be found. There are problems that you can explain to a child, which are that simple, which the humanity has still not been able to find answers to. The sense of discovery still gives us something to be passionate about. So I ask you to again imagine with me, but this time a coming together of our better angels all together, empathy, along with reason, but in the presence of passion, fire, and fury all together. And I will argue that we need neither violence nor superstition to harvest our passions. Thank you.